Game Changers Media Network, Game Changers Magazine, Voices of the Village podcast, and we are back with Miss Kadeen of the Empire Collective. How you doing today?
I'm wonderful. Good afternoon.
Great, great. Good afternoon. It's always great to sit down with good people of the community, people who are movers and shakers of the community. So I would say, tell us who is Kadeen, and tell us who you are.
Well, my name again is Kaya Dean. I'm actually the founder of the Empire Collective.
Okay.
Actually, I started this group of amazing individual boutique businesses, which when you say boutique, a lot of people associate that with clothing. But it's not quite clothing. It's actually smaller, mid-sized companies that are unique and offer unique experiences within the event category.
Right.
Where we come together, we support each other, and we go out to larger events from corporations all the way down to private events where we offer a collective of services at the one-stop shop.
Okay, okay. So we're talking about a group of individuals, movers and shakers, influencers of the community, business owners who come together, they collaborate, to empower each other, or I mean, what is it like? You know, what is it like a Tulsa, Oklahoma type thing? You know, where Black Wall Street. What is it?
Well, it's unique in itself.
Okay.
One of the things that the collective stands on is elevation.
Okay, okay.
With it being a part of the collective, what we offer is when we come in and we sit down with those business owners and go in and we do an audit over all of their internal processes.
Okay.
Because what I found throughout my years of experience coming out of Big Six Public Accounting and working in major companies over the last 20 years is that I found out that a lot of business owners know about their product, but they don't know the intricate parts of the business part. And that's where they find and they're lacking. And really, that's what's really allowing them and holding them back from being elevated. So our stance is elevation and elevating their product to a level that actually helps them to scale.
Okay, okay.
And actually creates multiple lines of streams of income that are within that one idea that they were gifted and birthed with.
So basically, your gift is seeing what they don't see, helping them maximize that internal process of developing, of increasing profit revenue.
Yes, exactly. I have a gift, and I've done well with, and actually, I love to sit down with people, and I used to do it for plenty of years, just free of charge to help people to be successful. Because my biggest payoff has always been over the years is a success for people, taking an idea and birthing it to manifestation.
Right.
And manifestation is what's the most important part is you can see things, you can believe in things, but you got to manifest it. You have to be a completer. And that is what I bring to the table is I show you how to complete.
How to complete it. Definitely. Now, you also have a background in small business as well. I believe I met you when you were, when I met you as Cubana Cigars,
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Now you are from Cuba, correct?
No, I'm not. It was actually my husband at the time.
Okay.
And it was the family, and we wanted to launch our own cigar brand.
Okay.
Going back to Cuba, and the idea was, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to bring it. We're going to create legacy wealth. Okay. And from our business background, we knew that you got to cut out the middleman.
Right.
Go back to the source.
Okay.
And in this day and time, you can go back to the source.
Right.
You just have to know the ability and how to do that. And that's one of the things that my exposure and my influence offered is knowing how to be able to go back to the source and having the ability and the knowledge and the know-how how to research it and get back to that. It doesn't matter what the product is.
Right.
We have the ability where we do not need a middleman in order to run our businesses or our services.
Right.
So with that, that is what we did, and that's what was the game changer for the industry, because a lot of individuals that are in the selling component of cigars have not done well, unfortunately. They have some great plans, but the thing is about the costing.
Okay.
You do not get rich selling one cigar at a time.
No, I'm trying to find out how that's working anyway.
Yeah, you do not do that because the margins aren't wide.
Okay.
So how the Fuentes, how the predominant, how they survive is because they are a cigar house. You got to be a cigar house. If you're not a cigar house, you're not going to stay in this game long.
So is that why we see a bunch of like cigar lounges and shops and cigar shops opening up across Metro Atlanta now? Are like people catching on to the game where they're saying,
Well, unfortunately, there's a lot closing. There's more closing than there's opening up. When you talk about lounges, the bottom line, how they make their money is not off of the cigars. They make their money off of the sale of the liquor and the sale of the food. The cigars are an enhancement. When you smoke a cigar, why you see the match of that is because it takes from an hour to hour and a half if you're smoking a very good high-end cigar, hand-rolled cigar. So if they get in 2 cigars, they're going to at least be in your establishment 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours.
So they're going to drink and they're going to eat.
They're going to eat.
So they're going to keep ordering. So that goes together. It's an upsell product. It's a great upsell product to have in your business.
Awesome. Now you naturally have like the entrepreneur business owner skill because I've seen you work with several products and it not only helping other business owners, but I also saw, I believe you were working another product within the business as well. I don't want to go into what the name of it is because I don't know what the rights and all of that stuff is, but your entrepreneurship skills speak for themselves. What inspired you to take that risk? Because it's mostly like in the entrepreneur field, hustlers, people who have been in the streets, they got some kind of street knowledge, those make the great entrepreneurs out here.
Well, as I say, whatever works for you works for you.
Yes.
But I do believe that entrepreneurship and hustling are 2 separate things. You're never going to get rich being a hustler, but you're going to have to get to the business aspect of it. So when you add that to the hustle, that's when you become an entrepreneur.
Ooh, you hit it on the head. Talk to me.
Yeah. So as far as me in doing that, I believe that that's the only for me.
Okay.
And for those that are true entrepreneurs, because you'll find out if you're a true entrepreneur or not.
Yes.
If you're going to merge from the hustling, because to be a true entrepreneur, you can no longer hustle.
Come on now.
Yes. So that will, what they say, cut the butter.
Yes.
And so with that, because of my faith, that is why I'm an excellent entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship gives me freedom.
Wow. You know what? It goes back to your ideology with the Empire Collective when you just said that, because it take a hustler and it take a entrepreneur to kind of make a business run, because somebody got to have to get up and go. And then somebody has to have the plan. You see what I'm saying? So that just talks about your program in a nutshell with just the last statement that you made. Now, with this Empire Collective journey that you're on right now, what's going on? What direction are you looking to go into? What are you looking to do with are we taking it across Georgia? Are we taking it across the Southeast region, the nation? Where are we going at with this?
Well, the first part is, I have to say, with the Empire Cigars, it's all given to me from God. It really, really is. God's people will not be able to do what He has them to do unless they have freedom. Because when you are in bondage or you're locked down and you have to follow the orders of others, it limits really what God can do with you.
Yes.
And so God wants us to be in a state of freedom so we can hear Him and listen.
Right.
And so one of the first things that I do with all of my clients, regardless if they have a business plan or not, we revamped. And we go over that plan, because you indicated you got to have a plan.
You got to have a plan.
So with that plan, that is what sets me apart. Because I force people to put things in writing.
Wow.
And there's power in writing.
Oh man, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct when you say that. And I love the spiritual aspect that you're going with it. And along with freedom comes obedience.
Oh, that's it. You can't be free until you're obedient. You're never going to get to full freedom without obedience.
Because scripturally we keep going back to Egypt, because once we get freed, it's like because of our disobedience, it takes us back another 40 years.
And we groan because we don't want to sit in the middle.
Man, everybody want to be a boss.
But that's where the biggest growth is. In the valley.
Well, yes. Let's talk about the valley.
But I want to answer the question, though.
Go ahead.
I want to answer the question about My initial rollout is here in Atlanta. What a what a better place to do it when every entrepreneur that's in the world
Come on now.
comes here, because we're seen to be the Mecca. We are the Wakanda.
Yeah.
And sometimes the hype is not always what it is.
Yeah.
Atlanta will make you or break you. And you will really find out if you really are an entrepreneur or you are just a hustler with an idea.
Come on now.
And it takes a lot of being comfortable sitting in the valley
Right.
as an entrepreneur, because you got to live by faith.
Right.
If you don't have any faith, you will not make it, because you live on faith every day, because nothing is guaranteed.
Let's talk about Atlanta. We talk about it being an Atlanta opportunity. And I agree with you. In 1998, when I moved to Atlanta to go to Clark Atlanta University, that was in my mind that it was the land of opportunity. It was the Mecca. It was that. But I got to say, the dynamic has changed a little bit, because, you know, it used to be like the outcast feel. Now it's kind of like anything goes now. They're like the Wild Wild West almost, because you got a bunch of scammers in Atlanta. You got a bunch of people who say they can do this, say they can do that, and then a lot of business owners get burnt because of what they say. So how do we differentiate that? You know, how do we differentiate that? And what does the collective empire do to help other business owners say, okay, this person has been vetted, you know, and does provide the service that they say they provide?
Yeah, great question. I have to go back to your plan.
Okay.
And part of the plan, and why it's so, your strategic plan. Your business plan is only a component of what the strategy and the strategic plan operates off of.
Right, right.
So what makes the difference now in Atlanta? It's an international city.
Okay, okay.
We are true international. And for you to get to that entrepreneurship level of operating from into a small business, going up to a middle market business and so forth, you got to be able to talk corporate.
Yes.
You got to be able to talk corporate. So you got to have that infrastructure and that bill to help you. And you, 9 times out of 10, you can't do it by yourself.
I mean, not only talk corporate, but it doesn't, like, how you dress play a part.
Oh, it's all of that.
I mean, adequacy.
All of that is necessary.
Right.
However, in America, and where we are in America,
Okay.
the small businesses is what keeps it revolving.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's never left this country.
Yes.
It's never left it. We just don't want to put the time, and I'm just not talking just people of color, people period.
Period, yeah.
Of whatever your economic status is.
Right, right.
Is that we don't want to invest the time so that we can demand, have the wisdom and the knowledge to be able to talk the right talk at the table.
Right, right, right.
Be in the room, or people tell you, I want you in the room. When you don't even know there's a room available. Or people talking about you in a room you're not in, but then they say we got to have this person in the room because everybody knows it's about collaborative work.
Correct.
Everybody knows I want this person on my team because that person can handle that, person can handle that. And so that is what makes the difference. You got to be able to transition out of an idea from a hustle to an entrepreneurship running business and elevating it into a corporate business.
We're going to talk about more about that. We got to go to a commercial break. I'm loving where you're going and loving the concept of what the collaborative is all about, because most people think, oh, this is just another networking group, or this is just something, you know, where people want to, you know, come somewhere and take pictures. But I can actually see what the actual plan is, how you want to work it. But we're going to go to a commercial break. We're going to talk more about the collaborative group. I got Miss Kaya Dean of the Empire Collaborative right here on Voices of the Village podcast. You guys stay tuned. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast. Ease up.